To preserve our democracy, we must win all the things.
That was Rebecca Pringle, the president of the National Education Association, which is the largest teachers union in the United States, in what can only be described as the perfect commercial for homeschool or private school. When Pringle is not giving speeches yelling like Dwight Schrute for no reason, she's making ridiculous comments like this.
We know that schemes like vouchers and charters that are designed to take that money out of our public schools is not going to do what we need for all of our students, because public education is the foundation of our democracy.
Her speech this year has gone viral and it's getting a lot of play on conservative websites or Fox News, but it's not the first time she's acted like a screaming cult leader at one of these meetings. Her speech last year where she referenced Chief Seattle might be even worse.
I can hear Chief Seattle crying out to us, urging us to remember when you know who you are, when your mission is clear, and you burn with the inner fire of an unbreakable will. No cold can touch your heart. No deluge can dampen your purpose. And yea, you are those stars in the darkness. Your light will not be dimmed. Your purpose will drive you in a righteous fight for freedom because you know who you are.
That's right. Yes.
You know who you are. You are the NEA. Our mission is clear. We will advocate for the rights of education professionals, and we will change this world for our students with that inner fire burning. We will never bend. We will never be broken because we are the NEA, and we will always do what we must to be worthy of our students. Thank you, NEA, for all you do every day for our babies and for our colleagues and for your states and for this country. Onward, NEA! Onward!
They sound like a cult.
Then we have her speech this year at the 2024 conference. And again, as you watch this, just remember this is the president of the largest teachers union in the country.
Who we are. We are the ones who helped to shape the heart of this nation's hopes and dreams. We are the ones who hold steadfast to the belief of the plausibility of the possible. We are the heirs of all who did this work before us. We must keep going. NEA delegates, we can do this work. We must do this work. We get to do this work. We will do this work because our students are depending on us to win all the things. NEA, we have to win all the things, all the things, all the things. Our colleagues are depending on us to win all the things. Keep going, NEA. To preserve our democracy, we must win all the things. Delegates, we won't go back. We will keep going forward because we are the NEA. We are the NEA. We are the NEA. And that's what we do. Thank you, NEA. Thank you. I love you.
She's not the only lunatic running a teachers union. We also have Randi Weingarten, the president of the American Federation of Teachers. As a person in a position of power, she was one of the biggest advocates to keeping schools closed during COVID. And then a year or two after that, she claimed that she was actually advocating for schools to be open, which was the polar opposite of what she was doing. So as is often the case on this channel, the moral of the story is don't leave your kids' education up to the government.
Let's bring in Randi Weingarten now. Randi is the longtime president of the American Federation of Teachers.
I'm sorry, Congressman Raskin. We spent every day from February on trying to get schools open. We knew that remote education was not a substitute for opening schools.
DeVos has gone even further, Randy, saying they'll pull funding from schools that don't reopen. What kind of response can you and your members offer to that?
It's dangerous, it's unconscionable, it's ludicrous, and they shouldn't be in the offices that they're in.
Just because Donald Trump wants to take a risk with people who go to bars or beaches, those of us who have spent our life teaching kids are not going to take a risk with kids or with our members' lives.
The issue right now is that in the United States, Trump and DeVos have played politics with this, just like they're playing politics with masks. Look, they're very concerned. But what they're most concerned about is that there is this carelessness and recklessness with the lives and the education of children and the lives and the education, of teachers, because teachers' working conditions are children's learning conditions.
Did you suggest revisions to their operational strategy?
What we suggested, sir, was ideas.
Do you remember how many edits that you suggested?
We suggested concepts, sir.
Do you know how many edits were included?
One.
Do you remember what that edit was?
The reasonable accommodation issue. In September of 2020, every single school was open.
Yeah, but the triggers were put in place that, you had a couple of cases and the whole entire schools were shut down. But my question is, you lobbied for the $190 billion in the CARES package. You actually blame Republicans for voting against the American Rescue Plan because you needed that money so badly to reopen the schools. But guess what? Only 15% of that money was spent as of November. So that means you didn't need that money.
I was suspended for my statements about COVID-19 as a member of Congress, by the way. And also, I'd like to point out by the emojis by your name here, it looks like you're more of a political activist than anything. Clearly, unfortunately, you think Ukraine comes before the United States. I'm not sure what the black flex is. I mean, is that digital blackface? But congratulations on graduating from school. But I'd like to go...
No, it is about honoring black
Ms. Weingarten, I reclaim my time. I didn't ask you a question.
I would shut down the Department of Education, which creates these toxic policies. Use that money to fund school choice programs across this country so parents don't have to be held prisoners by teachers' unions. The level of influence that Randy Weingarten and the teachers' unions held over the CDC is staggering.